but Yabby calls it off. Heroic's going to wait patiently, looking for any trickery out of Team Liquid. They have to have a feeling, a sense that the economy is low. The longer they wait, the less nades they have to deal with late in the round.
And it's tricky for Liquid because if they over-rotate and commit 4 people to the B bomb site, because Heroic are so well known at this point for doing those late round calls as well, you risk just losing the A bomb site with absolutely no defense at all. Nice flash out and a great kill for Nitro. That's how you want to start it. Yabby's out of the round.
Oh, another good win from Nitro. That's good range. Yeah, but now it's the ult. Now it's Cadian. Nade goes in. Nitro's down a little bit lower, but Cadian's forced off. Now Tessus has to be the one to make a play.
Starting to look really solid for Liquid again. I don't think Heroic, they're still going to be fine with having 8 rounds, but for Liquid, just winning the last one and get into that second half a little bit better will make all the difference in the world. 3 on 5 at about 25 seconds. There should be really almost no way for Heroic to bring this back. Flashes go in, a little bit of a defensive smoke from Elige to try and build a bridge to play around here. Scout shot coming out, and now we're down to 13 seconds. Oh, they're planting down at the other bomb site. They over-rotated Liquid. They got a little bit too aggressive. Kindar showing up, but Shush will take him down.
They know it's a 3-on-1 at the B bomb site, though. They're going to hustle this.
Yeah, and they find Shush immediately. Oh, that is a good read. Straight on that defuse with the kit as well. I don't think Tessus can even get here in time. Liquid, what an absolutely great round at the end. 8-7. Still in favor of Heroic, but that's not bad at all. We'll see how they can do in the second half. It is coming up right after this break.
I'm excited to go to Abu Dhabi for the World Final.
An amazing round.
Try our best to succeed and win, and at the end of the day, hopefully raise the trophy.
Obviously, the event is really big, the prize money is big.
Oh my God! Apex with 3!
We want to achieve as much as we can and play our best.
You can't hide!
I'm just looking forward to winning the tournament. I don't really care who we play.
Out of this world clutch from Brokey.
Faze, Navi, the heroic teams that I want to play against.
All simple in the end.
I think now we are our biggest rivals.
It's time for the grand final!
Where would I put the trophy at home? Put it in the front, nice and shiny, put a light on it. Faze Clan are going to win World Final.
We've been grinding it,
Make sure you take down the king when you come for the crown.
and this is the time.
En back up. Smuk høj. God tid. Ja, flash også. Og jeg flasher ind her også. Bare tæt mig. Ned vandet.
Hold os.
HS. Sygt.
Nej,
Jeg
jeg har
kan
3
godt
kugler.
gå på,
Jeg skal den.
15 sek. Plant højst hurtigt, Ras. Hold back om René.
Ja.
Der er høj smoke oppe.
Nej, godt.
Kig venstre sammen mod kort. Kom.
Kigget her. Høj.
Høj ud høj. Ind ren. 8 gutter. Vigtigt pas. Nice, mate.
It's a nice pistol round to start the first half with. Heroic end up on 8 rounds, Liquid on 7. And we'll see if that is going to be enough to bring this one back. Heroic looked like a very dangerous team on the T side of Overpass. Now the second half is going to be coming up. Mahone! XR! Well, let's get into it! Right now, Heroic are hungry to kill Team Liquid on this map. They know they have them reeling already. They played a very, very aggressive style towards that B bomb side, and Liquid, they need to get woken up. They need to find out what is going on here, and they get some of these players into action a little bit more. We know they could do it. They have the kills to prove it.
OC has the utility. If he goes down to this push from Cadian, that'd be an absolute disaster. And he's all on his own for a little bit. Yikinder, Nitro, and Naf, they're taking their time over towards Blue Door to come up the stairs. OC still cautious, but this is all on timing.
Oh, what a shot to begin with. First kill of the second half, but it goes to Yikinder. Taken down, and it's 4-on-4 to follow. Cadian, though, he could be the linchpin for this round. He snuck up behind. If he's too quick and makes too much noise, they're going to know, and it won't work. And if he's a little bit too slow, the bomb will be planted, and it's a very different round.
He's taking it slow, so it's only Tessus. It's only Tessus. Good find from OC. Checks the back. And Liquid deliver a stunning pistol round of their own. 4v2. I don't know if this is possible.
It shouldn't be. Liquid should be able to play this one out just nice and slow. What a spin around from OC to catch that. Absolutely critical. If he's a little bit too focused on the A bomb site, that's all it takes, and the round slips out of their hands. Doolies are gone, Shush on his own, and he's going to get overwhelmed. Naf to get the final kill. Liquid tie up the scoreline by winning the pistol 8-8. That is so well done. Doesn't take a lot, especially playing on a stage in front of a crowd. A lot of the noise could be drowned out. You could easily make that kind of a mistake if you're OC.
Yeah, you really could. And he was focused on that throughout the entirety of the round. He was checking it from time to time. He knew it's a possibility, and it's a good awareness to have coming into a game against Heroic, because you know on their CT sides, they like to push when they don't have information. They like to find out what's happening, and that presents a lot of opportunities for flanks. They're going to have to be aware, Team Liquid, from top to bottom of that the entire half.
Yeah, first half we saw a lot of Yabi opening up inside of the B-bomb site, but Yikinder's got 13 kills. If he can translate that into some good entries on this T side, that would be something that Heroic would definitely do. I want to see happen.
This is where you go back to what the desk was talking about coming into this game, specifically about Yikinder. He's far and away the best entry fragger, the best opening player that we have had in the tournament so far, and they would love to have more of that. Ooh, he sees that for sure. And he takes it. Nice and easy. Took his time, lined it up. Stout has no idea what hit him. Oh my lord!
God, he got that kill in the back as well! Well, that should make you scared. That should make you fear if you're on the side of Heroic. What a triple that was, even if it's against the pistols. Tessus, though, it's having a round of his own.
Yeah, don't let it slip away. Yikinder's here, out in the open. He told OC to fall back. He stepped up into danger, and Liquid have let this round slip out of their grasp. A real chance for Shush and Tessus.
Yeah, but if nothing else, at least Naf was there securing the B-bomb site, so they can run straight there for the bomb plant. What a horrible way. If they lose this one, then Liquid are going to be put to the test. Gotta find a way to keep those emotions under control. Galil and an AK, a 2-on-2. Obviously no diffuse kit, but they do have a smoke and a Molotov on Shush. A little bit of a peek, and Tessus' reign of terror has finally come to an end. OC takes him down, and Naf, he knows he can spend a long time. He knows there's not going to be a kit sneaking up behind. He has the angle, and he has the spray. They save themselves from what could have been an absolutely map-ruining disaster.
Yeah, that's way too close, though. Especially with Yikinder providing 3 openings out towards long, busting up a stack all on his lonesome. Oh, he was excited for that. Been waiting for that the whole first map.
Yeah, timing is everything. Okay. Yeah, what a follow-up. Still, 9-8. Wake-up call for Liquid, no doubt.
There's about to be another one, because there's an M4 in play. They won't expect it. It's in the hands of Shush. So much aggression. Liquid have to be careful what they make with this decision. A lot of presence out towards Fountain. They're going to come right through. They want to challenge it, and they see the fallback.
Dangerous call. You have to assume to be making it to be running through that smoke, but they're not going to get called on it. Cadian, bit of a jump, and realizing they are already halfway up long. A boost to try and look over and put that M4 into play. And now they're going to know. At least Liquid have an idea about what they're up against.
Yeah, this M4, though, it's doing damage. It's brought Naf down very low. They've softened him up for later on in the round. Liquid's going to have to be careful again. They're being challenged. There's upgraded pistols as well. Plenty of danger, plenty of ways for Heroic to turn this and steal this round. However, they've made the decision to rotate back towards the B bomb site. They're hoping they scared Team Liquid away from A.
$50 seconds. Plenty of time to make up their minds here, Liquid, and just get a bit more information. Smoke up there means Heroic have to respect the idea that somebody could be getting close to the A bomb site.
Yeah, but Heroic has them. They've fooled them a little bit. Liquid's clearing out the stairs. Okay, they've called it off. They're coming right back to B.
That is a good turnaround. There was a moment there where they were about to walk into the entire plan, the trap that Heroic had set up for them. And now instead, it'll just be Cadian here with a 5-7. Not that much power to stop anyone with. 15 seconds, getting it a little bit close. Gonna realize it right then and there, but the flashbang more than anything probably making sure Cadian could never respond to that. So good late round call for Liquid, avoiding disaster, and this time hopefully with a couple of more rifles alive. They're about to take a 2-round lead.
Looks like Liquid almost want to think about hunting down this M4, and for good reason. If Heroic can get away with it, it's no harm, no foul, but if they can find Shush at the end of the day, that would be wonderful. And he's going to be forced back into their hands. The MAC-10's jumping up. Nitro's got him pinned down. You can. Oh, that's a great tap. That's a great tap, but that's all he'll get. Nitro closes it down, 10-8.
And some of the buy-ups here having an impact on Heroic in this next and upcoming round. They had 2 people that are a little over $3,000. That results in some different weaponry from what you'd probably like in your first real buy round. 2 MP9s and 3 M4A1s. One of those maybe could have been an AWP if you had played things a little bit differently.
It makes sense, though. I mean, they're prioritizing the utility so that the Heroic defense, they can stall you out on one side and make their plays, make their moves on the other side, as we know they like to do. OC's been brought down early by utility to 46 HP, and all the jumping from Cadian, it doesn't pan out. Nitro with the opening. And Liquid got a minute and a half of a 5-on-4.
Again, 4-man stacked to the B bomb site. And nobody at all on the A side of the map. Probably that will have to change, or they'll do what they're doing now, which is move people out of the B bomb site to figure out what is going on. Flashing their way through, which I think is being heard by Nitro. So that kind of a flashbang could also be a little bit of a sign that, okay, they are investigating.
It also lets him know that Heroic have gained the information, so he's got to be careful. That flank is opened up. You can see him double-checking it. They have to be very cautious if they want to make the decision to fall back. 47 seconds.
So far, surely that is the biggest danger, is if they decide to pull the trigger and go back down connector and into the B bomb site, that's where that, oh, look at this, they're already pushing up.
The other danger is how long they're waiting.
Yeah, this is scary. 30 seconds, they catch Naf, and now they've been slowed down. The time is running low in this round right here, and they're sandwiched in. They have to go, but there is a defense. MP9 on Tessus before he goes down. Yakinda, that's a critical kill. He sees the shadow, but he doesn't react in time. 1 versus 1, and Stell with the headshot. So close for Liquid, but Heroic will pick it up.
That flashbang you talked about, they might not have known that Heroic actually took the map control. They might have just thought it was just to clear things. It was just a check. They might not have known how much information Heroic have. And the slow play, the slowdown from Team Liquid, bought Heroic all the time they needed to work up the courage to start that flank. Still almost recovered. Still very close. And Heroic's money is nowhere close to being recovered.
Full round. If it ends in a 1 versus 1 for the CTs, that's still a really uncomfortable position to be in. And I think Liquid smartly deciding to buy into this round, even if it's not all the weapons they would have wanted. They need to keep the pressure on the Heroic side and make sure they can't get Well, first of all, maybe that AWP on Cadian, but everything that comes with it.
Yeah, the longer you can ride an economic advantage on the T side is lovely, especially on a map like Overpass where T-sided rounds can be so difficult to come by. Yakinder calling Nitro over with the AK-47 for the boost. They have nades out, and Nitro's got it. Another opening kill provided by the captain.
That's huge, and it's a style of opening that we didn't really see Heroic try to go for at all. Those sneaky boosts outside, but it can work. And Heroic, sometimes when they're down a man like this, that's where they start to really gamble with the defense. Not quite yet, but they are trying to bring a third man down here. Smokes are up, and Yakinder's got very deep towards the bomb site. Wants to find someone getting a bit too curious, and Shush will almost volunteer himself. I can't believe he's still alive. He probably should have been dead already. The bomb is being brought back, but they need to crack this defense first. Still 2 players left and about 20 seconds. Elysians want to fight out long, but if they can't break this hold, it doesn't really matter. Stout is going to be going for the kill. He'll get it. And now it's on Cadian, but they can't run back. 10 seconds. Elysian is too far away. OC has to go for this bomb plant. Cadian, does he realize he's close? Oh, but they did get the bomb plant. Otherwise, this round is already lost. And now the question is, can Elysian get that headshot? It has to be fought, but no! Cadian in front of the home crowd. A triple kill and a clutch to tie up the game.
That's a wonderful read and a wonderful clutch for Cadian. Pushing up on the bomb plant. Had to be a little bit bothered he let the bomb go down. But man, he played Elysian. The fake tap, the fake defuse. And the fact that Stown holds on, gets that kill on Yakinder, everything worked out for Heroic. Really good step up from everyone across the board. However, they're not out of it just yet. Again, a plant for Team Liquid, again 4 kills. They're gonna keep coming at this.
And they should. They definitely should. Every single bit of cash spent for Heroic. They're so poor right now. And they have that AWP at the very least finally on Katie, and that's something to look for. Can Liquid do it again? Can they keep the pressure on? If they get wiped out in one of these rounds, it's going to be a disaster for them. Oh, here we go. Speed behind it. They're in the tunnel already. The Mac 10 not really stopping anyone. Instead, it's Yabi flying through on the MP9. 3 kills. They were so blind in that fight. And I think he jumped over the Mac 10 to begin with.
And this is the heartbreak now, as you mentioned. If Heroic gets this win clean, which it's looking likely, complete disaster. Liquid is so close with back-to-back 1v1s that they end up losing.
Did he just wallbang Nitro in connector?
Looks like it.
I think he did.
Insult to injury.
Like, oh, well, can't even get anything done now.
What a great flashbang to activate Yabi. Just mows him down with the MP9. And OC's got 16 health. This is all he can do.
Yeah, waited out. It's not even the AK. Not that much to bring into the next round. Not something you're going to be super excited about. And this means Heroic, they're going to take the lead now. 11-10 as they get a little bit closer to picking up this map, which they did pick in fairness.
Yeah, well, not only are they going to have the lead, but they're going to have all the advantages. They control the situation at this point. Ooh, they're even going for the hunt here on OC. Stown pushes up middle. He's been spotted. Needs to take this duel. Needs to take it heads up. At least he goes down before the time. And Heroic back in the lead, 11-10. They've got economic advantage. Liquid's going to have to sit this one out.
Wow. As you pointed out, the double flash setup, just absolutely impossible to break there for Liquid. Otherwise, they were in a position, if they win that fight instead, they're on that bomb site in seconds. But now the force buying kind of comes to a halt. They got some pistols here, but they can't keep up the pressure any longer. And Heroic, it may be a 1-round lead, but in terms of the economy and the momentum of the game, this is a big switch up.
That's the real thing, is Liquid's going to have to string some rounds together if they want to win this map. If they want to steal the map pick away from Heroic, they're going to have to break the money. Not an easy thing to do, especially when you just win a clean round. Slow and cautious as they progress, Deagles in hand. But you got to say as well, that's super impressive from Heroic in the sense that those are 2 4v5s that were converted previously.
Yeah, they had to fight to get back into those.
I mean, you let slip a 4v5, the round that, Yikinder has the 3 AK spray down at the lab towards long.
Yeah.
That almost went against Team Liquid. Heroic's done a good job recovering in every scenario in these first 6 rounds of the half.
Deagle and Yikinder up against the AWP of Cadian. Seems like an unfair fight. Smoke to get them a bit closer, perhaps. I thought they were going to maybe flash their way through that one. But they're wasting a fair bit of time here. 30 seconds. And Tess is going to feel them getting a bit closer. They have Shush outside of the B bomb site, so they're so confident, Heroic, that it's going to be a push here towards A. And they're not really wrong either. A little bit of a spray. Naf will get the 1 kill. And that's all they get.
Tess's and Shush at the top of the scoreboard for Heroic, 16 apiece. It's Yikinder topping the server overall at 19 for Team Liquid. 4 rounds in a row for Heroic has set them up nicely to take this first map.
Somebody has to help out Yikinder just a bit. A couple of rounds here. We know they have the firepower in the lineup. But before Heroic get too powered up, oh, look at this. Down very aggressive, and he gets the headshot through the smoke to take down OC. It's at least a start. Now can he get back out of there again, or is Elige going to be there to catch them? Could have maybe been the double spray down, and Yikinder is low on health as well, so a very chaotic start to the round. But it's Heroic that come out on top.
No, but that's huge if you're Heroic. You've just disrupted the first round. The Team Liquid are going to get in some time with weapons, a full buy with the weapons, so they no longer get to execute on their plan that they wanted to go at. You've taken 2 players down, given yourself a man advantage, and the all-star entry player for Team Liquid is stuck on 5 HP with nothing to do. Heroic have just set themselves up nicely for a 3-round lead.
How do you win a round like this if you're Liquid? You need a miracle. Nitro and Nef have some money. Well, not money, sorry, some health left. Still 100 health on both of them. So one of them maybe could try and find a way in. Nitro moving forward slowly.
Okay, they do pop flash Nitro to go for a peek. So information over to Heroic. They know what's happening. They know Liquid is probing the defense at the B-bomb site. Nitro just narrowly avoids the AWP.
Almost peeked into that scope. That's really scary.
They're turning this into a fake. Yikinder and Naf are going to the other side of the map, but Nitro, it can't just be utility. He needs a kill.
He almost had it right then and there. Look at Katie, and he's practically dead already. But still there. 15 seconds. That bomb running up long. Naf has to win the fight against Stown on the A-bomb site, and Nitro has to at least stay alive. 8 seconds now. There's surely no way. This can't be done. That kill is enough to secure it. That's all they need. It's down on the triple, and Naf has to run away. 13, a 3-round lead for Heroic, and they're going to find Naf at the end after the time has run out. That is a disaster.
I like the idea from Team Liquid. It was always going to be difficult in a 3v5. A little bit of trickery almost opened things up, but this is a wonderful push from Heroic to start the round. Put Liquid on the back foot from the get-go. And Heroic really dictating the way this game is played at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing an awesome job right now. Liquid are feeling it. Lacking the bomb plant, which in this particular round would have made a big difference for them. If they could have got that bomb down, they would have had the money to go for at least somewhat of a decent buy. They could have put something together, but it's not going to be the case. Maybe they could go for something interesting, but it won't be everything that they would have wanted. 13-10. Heroic definitely put under some pressure in this match. It's not been easy for them, but it's felt like they've been in control the whole time.
Yeah, Liquid wrestled it away from them a little bit early in this half. They had a 2-round lead at one point, 10-8, but I mean, Heroic just came right back into it. Back-to-back clutches kept Heroic fighting and seems to have really buried Team Liquid. More aggression, this time from Tess's.
Oh.
Timing to get away is just about perfect. You might hear these footsteps out towards long as well. OC, Elige, and Yikinder.
And do you want to commit to this fight if you're Tessus, or just kind of look at it? Yeah, he's going to stay far enough back that he can make the escape. If he would have moved forward, and maybe he could have got overrun. But that is a smart play. Happy to just get the information, sneak in a kill, And now Cadian is here, and that's not what OC is expecting. He's thinking, I might be fighting this M4. And he gets blown up. 3 versus 4. And Heroic in a good defensive position right now. 2 on A, 2 on B. They still have nades left. How did Liquid get back into this round? I feel like this has been a puzzle for most of this game for Liquid, is how do they make up for being a man down and not in a great position?
Yeah, well, now they're in an even worse position. Yabby and Shush have already pushed out of the B bomb site. This might be wonderful. He's trapped in the tunnel, committed to the fight. He's almost got a second. They should, however, know Yakinder was in bathrooms, so they can make the assumption more aggression from Stown. Unexpected, but an expected double kill. And Heroic's up by 4.
Yeah, even in the man advantage, they still push forward and make it impossible for Liquid to maneuver around the map. That's going to be really frustrating, right? You're down a man, and the CTs are still out there looking. They're still shrinking the map behind you. 14-10. Heroic 2 rounds away from picking up the opening map of this semifinal.
It all comes down to this round. This is everything for Team Liquid. If they want to continue battling, they must have this. 6 rounds straight for Heroic.
Yeah, they've really locked this down. Let's see. Molotov about to fade, and Nitro. That flash actually did work against him, but no peek coming from the other side. 3 people boosting here for a little bit of a run. Tessa's hearing that, and that's his cue to go. He wants to see if he could find them. Oh, this could be devastating. They don't even know. Tessa's walking up behind him. They don't have a clue either. The spray down begins, and it's a huge double for Tessa's. Everything they could have wanted. And Yakinder, he's going to go down 15 on the side of Heroic.
Heroic don't want Liquid comfortable. They're not letting him do anything they want. None of the plans Liquid have made, they haven't even been able to get to step number 2. This is a really, really aggressive defense that is disrupting everything. Such impressive play from Heroic. And it's got to be so frustrating to deal with.
Similar experience when they were on the A-bomb site and they got shot from Tessa's walking up behind them not long. This time he's on the CT side, but still finding a way. Early fight from Stown. There's a headshot to bring down Yakinder. He's been neutralized again. He's at 21 kills. And that's a lot. That's really impressive. But they needed more. 4 on 5. And Cadian holding long. Liquid kind of squeezed into this part of the map at this moment.
Yeah, they don't have utility to go anywhere else. They don't have utility to take map control towards bathrooms and to clear out all the angles safely. They have to just execute onto this B bomb site. Elige going to try and activate them up short. Nitro's the first one to go down. Naf with the response, but the trades are there for Heroic.
Yeah, this is impressive. Schooling Liquid on how to play overpass. Cadian, missed shot. Missing a second as well. Elige and OC, though, they're feeling the pressure. They're boxed in. And they can hear them jumping inside of the bomb site. And Cadian Habit is there, all right.
Stalemate.
Yeah, you can stay there. I guess we'll call it quits. Shush in a great position right here, but Elige, he'll get the headshot and nothing else. And OC, he's got nowhere to go. He's got no more teammates. 1 versus 3, and only 25 seconds. And that smoke is fading. Cadian knows it's a good shot to begin with. But all of the fight is still ahead of him, and he's going to try and make a run.
You crazy.
Oh my God, can he even make it?
I think he can make it, but I mean, you can't take a fight at all. If Tessa's just challenges, this round is over, even if he doesn't win it.
Yeah, here we go. 4 seconds, he's straight on it, but Tessa's knows, he runs in, and the round is done. 16-10. Heroic's quest for Danish Counter-Strike royalty is off to a great start here on the stage in the Royal Arena. They're doing a fantastic job. 16-10 on overpass.
They can see that trophy lit up. That's what they want to be fighting for. That's what they want to be battling for tomorrow. What a great showing. And Heroic, man, that is a dominant performance. We're off to a break and we'll be right back.
first half was a war of attrition, but the second, the Danish powerhouse simply flying through the server. 8 in a row and an uncomfortable T-side for Liquid. Any way that you look at this, 16-10 for Heroic. Pimp, a very confident showing on
That was the best possible start you could have hoped for if you are a Heroic fan or if you are Heroic themselves. Sure, the first half was back and forth, but we talk about Overpass being a map that potentially has the strongest CT side in the entire game. We didn't get to see that from Team Liquid. We saw Heroic that took charge of the game, and especially in that second half, it felt like they didn't have to break a sweat to win this game. That was right by the books for Heroic and the perfect start for the Danes.
Temperature check, everything is in the green. All the the flying altitude has been reached for the likes of Heroic. They kept Liquid on the rope in the first half. They never really allowed Liquid to build any money. It was very back and forth, struggling to string rounds together. And then the second half was just a demonstration. Just Heroic head and shoulders above Liquid.
Yeah, 38,000 feet and truly just dropping bombs on Liquid in that second half. Kind of goes to echo a similar scoreline that we saw last time around these two teams faced. Again, Liquid struggling on that T-side to kind of string anything together.
Yeah, they couldn't get much done on that T-side, unfortunately. I think Jason said it a couple of times during the cast as well. It was like even getting map control they weren't allowed to. Heroic was super aggressive, super proactive, constantly moving around the map. We saw that from Tessus a couple of times on the CT side. We saw it from Stown as well, constantly denying space for Team Liquid. I am pretty sure if you ask any player from Team Liquid in that game, in that second half, they felt super uncomfortable just being on the server.
I like that you bring up Tessus' name because he had some real impact early on. We've got 2 back-to-back rounds that display just how explosive he can be as a player.
Yeah, and how much, he was rewarded for taking risk. We saw that on the T side for Heroic. We saw it right here coming in towards that B bomb side. Liquid just won 2 rounds in a row, but a double entry coming in from Tessus kind of created a good scenario for Heroic. Of course, when you get 2 kills, you're most likely to win the round against the B bomb side. At least trying to come in and do something. Couldn't get it done. And we saw it not only in this round matchup, but also in the following.
Oh, that move is absolutely pristine from Tessus. You can see it's 1 minute and 10 seconds, and he's dropping the timing towards long. He puts them down both. That is the round for Heroic. You have to keep an eye on 2 things. First of all, it's the power of penetration that Tessus had in these 2 rounds. It's entries on entries. In fact, double trouble. And then when it happens in the game, it's 3-2 scoreline. It's 4-2 scoreline. It's when you start bidding any bank if you're on the CT side. Man, your OC, he hasn't put his arm on an AWP this whole game because he never really had the money. These rounds were at pure impact from Tessus.
It was kind of crazy the night and day approach kind of the first and second halves had, because we were coming out of that first half and saying, yeah, in terms of kill distribution across the board, just incredibly even from everybody on the server.
Yeah, but that's what we discussed coming into the game, right? You had Heroic going up against Team Liquid, and we see it right here on the scoreboard. All players are equal. Even Tessus, who had such a strong start, he didn't pop off. It was not like he had multiple rounds after that where he just went off and got 15, 16, 17 kills. We talk about one of the most well-rounded squads out there, and Heroic got to showcase that. You can also take a look on the Liquid side of the board, right? You need someone to step up on a CT side. We know Overpass to be one of the easy CT sides in the game where individuals really can shine. It's not that Yekinder didn't play well, but no one was really putting up the fight against Heroic.
I mean, he was alone. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Yekinder was the only player that actually had some sort of tangible impact in this game. I think Nitro could deserve a couple of praises for opening kills he had on the second half. Unfortunately, they were not able to convert. How shameful is that? You have 2 5v4 situations back-to-back where you allow Heroic to come back in, but the rest of the team was completely missing. We saw Alicia's frustration. OC was a non-factor. I don't even mention his name watching the game, and Naf was way too quiet. So Yekinder, to me, is the only one that really put his best foot forward in this game.
Yeah, he was the only man really standing tall for the Liquid side of things. And it's kind of weird when you look at the scoreboard for that, or the round distribution for that second half, because Liquid, they get the pistol, they get the subsequent 2 rounds, but it was tricky. Heroic were making them sweat to get that.
They were making them sweat. That was the one win I felt Liquid had in that game. We have an eco play we can show you guys and how it exactly went down, because there was an economical battle happening in the beginning of this round. We're starting off with Yekinder, who did a fantastic job right here. A nice triple entry, and you just get to see that individual flair that Yekinder possesses. These kills are not easy by no means, and you think to yourself, okay, a 5v2 against a force buy, easy peasy. But Tessus answered back. 5-7 coming in, getting 2 quick kills, picking up a Mac 10, picking up a Galil, I believe that is as well, and getting a 3rd kill. So despite the fact that we were in a 5v2, all of a sudden Liquid finds himself in a 2v2, and sure, they end up winning the round, but they had to really fight for it, which means that Heroic in the following rounds after this one, you get to see right here, actually invested something into it. They ended up losing this round, which means that Liquid actually won the economical battle, but that was the only thing they won in the second half. At this point onwards, no more rounds.
This was a sign of the times to come. This is exactly what it was for Liquid and this T-half. You have Yekinder, who's giving you 3 opening kills in a span of 3 seconds, and somehow you find a way to mess it up. to make it a sweaty 1v1 towards the very end. How the hell is that even possible? I mean, that, again, Heroic got all they needed in this half.
Yeah, and then the fact that Heroic were able to string those 8 rounds in a row, and they were styling on them at that. I think we need to bring up a couple of those back-to-back moments for, was it Kaden and Yabi who were getting some work done there?
There were a couple of rounds that were super, super close. We had a 1v2 coming out of Cadian, and look at the scoreline right here as well. If Liquid wins this round, we're talking about Liquid being in a good position to win the game, perhaps. But Cadian, nah, says no. Wins a relatively easy 1v2, but you have to get it done. And then with the response coming in from Yabi in the round following right here, Matthew, that is golden right here from Yabi.
Absolutely back-breaking. The flash from Thesis is perfect, and you're just gonna them with the MP9.
Look at this. Look at this. Well. That is dirty. That is dirty from Thesis as well.
It's just a question of emotional damage it does to you, right? People have to realize not every round in Counter-Strike hurts the same way. Sometimes you're supposed to lose a clutch, and it's all right. You give a high five, you move on. But when you go from your Liquid, your 10-9 scoreline, you go from giving up a 2v1 against Cadian, maybe you regard it, you say, okay, come on guys, we fucked it up, it's fine. Yeah. Move on, let's do B execute. One puff flash and you get mowed down by an MP9. This is the kind of stuff that will put you out of your misery. It's so hard to reconnect. That was an emotional 1-2 punch from Heroic.
And now Inferno. This is a curious ground, obviously, you know, maybe looking up slightly for Liquid coming onto this, particularly as when we dive into the statistics, the win rates for both of the teams on each side of the equation. Heroic have actually struggled against some top-tier teams on this ground.
Yeah, and they're going up against a team like Liquid who's found a lot of success on the map of Inferno lately. So I'm a little bit worried on behalf of the Danes, to be honest. You said it yourself right here, Freya. You look at their results. They've lost 4 in a row. They've lost to teams that you would argue they were supposed to win against. Heroic have one weakness in the map pool right now, and that could be argued to be Inferno. So I'm curious if that's something they worked on coming home for the major, if that's something they are aware of, and in terms of whether or not Liquid are able to take account of that fact and maybe push this one to a third. I think there's a realistic chance for Liquid to do it.
I mean, they have to. Yekinder joining Liquid is also a story of additional resilience for the team, like a mental strength that he is supposed to bring into the squad. We know they have a tendency to let themselves down when it doesn't happen. Now they have him. They have to showcase it. If you're Liquid, you can't just roll over and die on Inferno. You're the superior team. The results show it. You are the better team. Yeah. It is up to you to push us to a third.
Let's talk win conditions. Let's talk win conditions for Team Liquid, because it gets a little bit boring, but it is Yekinder. We're going to see him time and time again on Banana. On the T side, it is always him walking up Banana trying to find the opening. On the CT side, it is always Yekinder on Banana trying to shut down whatever opening that may come out from Heroic. I think Liquid is a little bit too one-dimensional in the way they play Counter-Strike because they rely too much on Yekinder, but I have seen enough from Elise. I have seen something from Nitro as well, where it gives you the confidence that there's more than just Yekinder. Nitro did, after all, drop a 30 bomb last time he did play Inferno.
31 frags against Na'Vi, no less. I mean, Lightning probably isn't going to strike twice in that aspect,
you don't believe in
Matthew, but I mean, I would hope to. Imagine him pulling off that performance on this very stage.
Yeah, but also we like to be a billionaire, so we can't always have what we want. Of course, Nitro put 30, that's perfect, but there are other players that have to perform here. What about Naf? What about Elise? What about OC? Like, these names need to show up right now.
I mean, a question for you, Jacob. Do you see this having the potential to be a Heroic 2-0, or is this, going to a third for this?
I'm going to be honest, the Inferno have looked a little bit lackluster as of late, so I wouldn't be confident about Heroic going into this one. I will say, though, that the performance we saw here in Overpass, that was miles ahead of Team Liquid, so if they can use some of that, I guess, gain confidence, believe in front of the crowd right here as well, they're having their backs. We are going to see a close Inferno game, but by the paper, by what we've seen so far, Liquid should be and are the favorites to win this map. So I expect the third one, unless Heroic can pull out a surprise victory.
Yeah, well, before we do jump into this second round, make sure you guys are heading on over to blast.tv, where you will not miss a moment of the action, because there's a lot of really cool features over there, ad-free as well, and of course you can pick up on the highlights tool too. You can also have an impact on the upcoming show match as well. There is a veto system going down in the breaks and during the half times, and it's the new updated map pool as well for the show match coming up tomorrow, so potentially we get to see Anubis played out right here in the Royal Arena. But we've got some Counter-Strike to get at hand, potentially a chance for Heroic to cement a 2-0 here, but not if Liquid have anything to do with it. We know Inferno's a good round for them, so let's see what happens next.
We're here in the El Giganten store, where I'll be doing the Hidden Talent Challenge. I'll be joined by S-Attack and Shoes, who will have to see whether or not they're as good at spotting talent outside the server as inside the server. Each will get 60 seconds to run around the store and find some hidden talents. They'll have to bring that talent back to me, where I will be delivering them some tasks they have to solve. Once the time is up, I'll be the judge and give out points to either Shoes or S-Attack for how well they've done said challenge.
Hey man, can you help me out here?
Det er ham, der skal afgøre
vores kunst.
Ja, hvem der har det flotteste af mig og Isetag.
Okay.
Så jeg vil meget gerne vinde.
All right, guys. So we found our 2 hidden talents. Let's see who can make the best artwork inside CS:GO. Is that a tank?
Yeah, we're building a tank. It looks really good so far. Fair enough.
S-Attack, what do we got over here?
I mean, we're building a tank because, Eleganten is, rock solid, really strong, really a powerhouse, I'd say. So, obviously, we're the winners.
Not too bad, not too bad. Not too good either. What do we have over here?
We have a masterpiece here.
I don't recognize what that is.
Right here, you might have seen it around, actually. Right here we made the logo.
I feel like the fact that you didn't recognize it makes it kind of bad. No?
All right, guys, I've seen both of your attempts of doing art. At the end of the day, I gotta give it to Team Heroic over here for actually, nailing it pretty well, I'd say. The logo is somewhat beautiful and the execution, A+ for effort, but the point goes to Shoes and the hidden talent. Now that we concluded this point, I'm curious to whether or not the captains are ready for the next challenge, which will be a blindfold challenge where they'll have to be guided through a map by one of the hidden talents.
But I don't know this map, so you have to be pretty precise.
So I need someone to guide me. Can you help me?
Of course I can do that.
Sweet. Follow me.
All right, guys, we are ready for the last task. Let's see how good the hidden talents can guide you through the map. So put on the blindfolds. You guys ready?
Go left.
This is so hard.
Go left. You going left?
Left.
Yeah.
Forward a little bit and then to the left. To the right, sorry.
Forward and right.
Now go a lot left.
A lot left.
Yeah.
More?
More. Yeah.
We good?
No, like we're stuck by the door.
A little more.
More.
You need to stop. Take off your blindfold and let's see who got the furthest. You got into a green room over here. I think you're all the way where you're supposed to be. Yeah. So once again, the point goes towards Team Shoes. Thank you to our hidden talents and thank you to our 2 mentors as well in Shoes and S-Attack. That will be it for the Elgiganten Hidden Talent Challenge.
We are ready. Second map is going to be coming up. It's on Inferno. Semi-final between Liquid and Heroic. And Heroic take the first map. We maybe knew that they would, but Inferno coming up, that could be a very exciting game.
Yeah, but I mean, think about this for Heroic. They're now 1 map away. They still have not gotten that trophy yet to really cement their status as the best team in Denmark and to cement the rise that they've been on throughout this whole year. That's what they're chasing down in this map. If they can pull it off, it'd be something special to get into that grand finals right here, right now. But, I mean, I think Pimp outlined it really good. Inferno's a map Liquid's going to be supremely confident on, supremely comfortable on, and I don't think they'll have to deal with all the issues they did on Overpass.
Probably not. They better be ready on the Heroic side. This could be their legacy beginning as the best team in Denmark, as Danish Counter-Strike royalty. We're heading into it. Heroic versus Liquid on Inferno. Second map in the semifinals. It's Heroic starting on the CT side, Liquid on the T side. And let's see if they can shake off the loss of that Overpass map. If Liquid can prove that the map that they picked, they're going to be ready to bring down Heroic. I definitely won't be easy the way that they've been playing. But if Yikinda can keep it up and he can get just a couple of more players to join him at that level, it's possible.
Well, he might be a bit of a driving force over on Banana throughout this half. His entry prowess, and obviously we saw him on point on Overpass. That's going to open up a lot of opportunities for the players at A. Alleviate a lot of pressure on the map.